You're watching Mirror 7 News. Stay informed, stay ahead for more news.
The news surrounding MSNBC analyst Matthew Dowd has stirred quite a storm. Dowd, who had been a familiar face on the network since joining in 2022, was abruptly fired after making controversial remarks during the breaking coverage of Charlie Kirk's assassination. Charlie Kirk, the 31-year-old founder of Turning Point USA and a rising conservative figure closely aligned with former President Donald Trump, was tragically shot and killed while speaking at Utah Valley University. The event shocked the country, sparking mourning, outrage, and renewed discussions about political violence in America. But the reaction inside MSNBC took an unexpected turn when Dowd, speaking live on air, suggested that Kirk's own rhetoric had contributed to the hostile environment that ultimately led to his death. He argued that hateful thoughts often lead to hateful words, and those words can eventually result in hateful actions. While Dowd insisted he was speaking about the broader political climate, his comments were immediately taken as an implication that Kirk bore responsibility for the violence that claimed his life. The response was swift and harsh. Across social media and political circles, Dowd's remarks were labeled insensitive and unacceptable, with many accusing him of essentially saying Kirk invited his own assassination. MSNBC quickly distanced itself, issuing an apology and emphasizing that violence of any kind, political or otherwise, has no place in America. Network president Rebecca Cutler described Dowd's words as inappropriate and unacceptable, making clear that both the network and Dowd himself had apologized. Still, the damage was done. Critics from across the political spectrum condemned the commentary, and calls for Dowd's dismissal grew louder. By late Wednesday, he was let go. On Blueposky, Dowd attempted to clarify his position, saying his intent had been misunderstood. He emphasized that he had no desire to blame Kirk for the attack, and urged Americans to unite against violence. He also expressed condolences to Kirk's family and supporters, acknowledging the tragic nature of the event. Dowd's firing marks a dramatic fall for a man who had once been a respected Republican strategist, before shifting away from the GOP and later running as a Democrat for Lieutenant Governor of Texas. His career had already been shaped by controversy, and this latest moment may prove to be the most consequential yet. Meanwhile, the assassination of Charlie Kirk continues to reverberate far beyond MSNBC. Vigils have been held, tributes have poured in, and the debate over political division and violence in America has only intensified. Kirk, known for being provocative and outspoken, had built a movement among young conservatives and was seen as one of the most influential figures of his generation. His sudden death has left a void in the conservative movement and deepened the nation's sense of unease. What began as breaking news coverage of a national tragedy has now sparked a secondary firestorm, one about the boundaries of commentary, accountability, and respect in the midst of grief. The firing of Matthew Dowd is not just about one man's misstep. It is a reminder of how fragile the line is when tragedy collides with politics in today's deeply divided America. Stay subscribed for more videos.